On the Cape. It's been a long time, and so glad to be back. And I got 2 beautiful days coming up. Should be absolutely great weather for working on the boat. Going to continue right on with the tow rails, getting those stripped. The other thing I'm going to do while I'm here, definitely, is to look into my centerboard. Whether or not I've got room enough under here, I've got a plan. Let me see. Oh, I got plenty of room. I got plenty of room. I can't even see the bottom of that keel. That's awesome. It's awesome. I think I've got room enough to stand the centerboard up right underneath the keel slot. So anyway, okay, sorry to bore you with that, but I'm all excited. That is so cool. That is good news. So anyway, okay, time to get the old girl unwrapped and get things started. I love it. I love it. Finally back on the Cape. Finally get a chance to work aboard little girl. So I'll get back to this in a few minutes. I'm looking forward to getting her all unwrapped and bringing that centerboard out here and seeing if I can't fit it up in there and see how it fits. Well, moving right along, picking up right where I left off from last time. It's time to start putting some stripper on. Doing this before nightfall. Everything goes under saran wrap for the night, and then in the morning it'll be ready to start scraping it off. But I'm going to get all of this done all along here. Then I'll be caught up to where I am on the port side. But for right now, just get it on. If you use this citrus strip, remember you do have to wear gloves. It's supposed to be a whole lot more user-friendly, I guess, than the other stripper, which can be really nasty if you get a burn from it. But this stuff, you know, it smells very citrusy. It's called citrus strip for a reason. It smells citrusy. But it works, man. I love this stuff. It works fantastic. So, anyway, moving right along. I'm gonna go look at my port side. I can't remember how far along I got. I think this is just about where I got on the other side. Go look. I'll be right back. Yep, that's it. How far I got on the other side too. And oh, good. I've got my tape set up on the outboard as well. So that means I can go ahead and do this all the way back. And by the time I get done, I will have both port and starboard tow rails stripped all the way to amidships. Well, it's time for my daily wrap-up. I think I'm going to start calling this. Just glad to be back aboard Little Girl. As I said before, it smells kind of boaty in here, which is good. I love being back aboard. I'm looking forward to getting her out on the water. But that's one of the things I want to talk about on this particular evening wrap-up thing. I've looked at things very carefully, and as far as what's got to be done, what's still a lot of work left to be done, and so forth. And I honestly, I may take a hit for this, because I don't know how many people are going to stay with me as long as I'm out of the water. You know, I have the big appeal to all of these guys with their boats in the water is that they're in the water and that they're sailing and they're going places and they're doing things, and the little girl is a restoration, and it is taking much longer than I wanted it to take. But I'm not discouraged. I'm pressing on. I plan to get the tow rails completely done this trip. When I say done, I mean all stripped, at least. Maybe get some CTOL on them, I'm not sure. And then, you know, I'm going to work on my centerboard. But, I mean, as I look realistically at the idea of getting it in the water this year, I'm just not seeing it happening. I'm not seeing it happening as much as I'd like to. I mean, I could rush it, I suppose, but even there, I mean, not safely. I mean, I got some through hulls I want to just get rid of. I want to get them out of this boat and seal them up with fiberglass, but that's a time-consuming business, and I've still got to get the centerboard on, and that's a priority right now. That's a big major thing that I'm working on, and I'm looking forward to it. I mean, I think that you know, I've come a long way. I brought the aluminum down here with me. Tomorrow I'm going to get it up underneath there and put it up in the slot, see how it fits, get a feel for where I need to put the pin in. Also, I'm going to, well, since I'm sitting right here, I might as well just turn around. And right there is the hole for the lanyard that goes down through, and there's a cleat. And that's what you lower and haul the centerboard up with right there. You have a line that goes down through there, attaches through a lanyard loop on the top of the centerboard, and so that's the way it works. Anyway, so tomorrow I'm going to put a line down through there so I get a feeling of where it comes out, where it hangs down, and try to line up everything with the centerboard that I brought down here. A lot of work, and it's time-consuming business, but you know what? Like I said, when I took the responsibility of restoring this old girl, I had no idea it would take this long, but I took the responsibility, and I'm going to do it. So, hope you guys will stick with me through all of this. I've already seen my numbers go down a bit on the number of hits I'm getting on my YouTubes, and I hope that all this doesn't bore you. I hope it's the stuff that I'm doing is interesting enough to keep your attention, and I hope you care enough about little girl. You know, I know that, you know, you're not the one doing the restoration, but anyway. All right, that's it for tonight. That's the evening wrap-up, and tomorrow morning, bright and early, I'm going to be out here and going to get that centerboard down underneath the boat and start taking a look at it. By the way, I have 17 inches from the bottom of the shoal keel to the ground. I only need 1 foot. So tonight I'm going to get some, see if I can't round up some blocks and get down underneath the boat there and start working, get everything set up for tomorrow morning. Well, another day begun. It's 6 o'clock. I'm coming down inside here to cut this first part of the video. It's 6 o'clock. Mom and Dad are sleeping in the room right next to me. They're getting a little older, and they've moved up to this bedroom right next to the boat. So I try to be a little quiet when I'm out here in the morning. Well, I tried to do that when my wife was sleeping there. But anyway. It may be 6 o'clock, but I've been going since 4:30, editing, getting my next video ready, and it's done, and it's going to high definition right now, and I'll probably have to wait till I get back up in Vermont to go ahead and upload that to the Restoring Little Girl site. But anyway, for now, I got to get out there, and I got to continue working on the tow rail. And gonna be a nice day. A little humid, but sunny and no threat of showers, and so all good to go. I'm gonna get right out there and begin work out in the cockpit. Okay, enough sitting in my parents' air-conditioned comfort. It's time to get out here and start working on this boat. It's so tempting, you know. Have another coffee, relax, you know, a little air-conditioned comfort, you know, very nice. It is steamy out here and uncomfortable, but little girl needs the work, so back to work. To amidships, and now I'm going to go ahead and just finish taping port and starboard inside and out, I got a lot of cleaning to do up in the bow. I mean, it's just a mess up there. A whole lot of crap is built up underneath the tarp. And anyway, one of these days when I get this all done, I'm looking forward to doing a complete scrub down of this boat again, like I did the day after I got her. You know, the soft scrub, and I'm on my hands and knees with a brush, and she'll look completely pristine again. But for right now, just try to get things done as they need to be done for the sake of getting these tow rails all put together, or clean, stripped, whatever you want to call it. So here we go. Right up to the bow on the starboard, and everything's under wraps. And I've got my solar out, and that's really cooking right now. I got some great noontime sun, just about coming up on lunch. So anyway, I'm leaving all this out here. I think I'm going to go inside and cool off. And after lunch sometime, I guess at 2 o'clock, I got to take my dog up for grooming. But once I do that, I got to swing by and pick up some supplies for good old little girl here. So be out of pocket for a while, but in the meantime, this is cooking. This is the beauty of it. When you get that stripper on there and you get the saran wrap on it and you let it heat up, I'm convinced that really does a lot to just melt the old varnish, and looking forward to getting it all off. I think I'm going to wait on port side till later because I don't want to. This is going to be a lot of work, just getting this all stripped off after the fact. And once it's all stripped off, then we'll think about doing the port because I really want to press on and get some work down underneath the boat on that centerboard. We're going to do a new stuff corner again, and that's all pretty self-evident this time around. First of all, let's get this stuff out of the way. And this is already going to be mentioned in the previous video, but I got a brand new Porter cable jigsaw, very desperately needed to do the aluminum for my centerboard. Also, brand new blades, and by the way, at this point, I haven't even used these. But I mentioned it in the previous video. Really good piece of equipment. And finally, I have a saw that is going to take the standard of the industry saw blades and be able to use them. And these are specifically for cutting aluminum up to 5/8 of an inch. I love it. Since I've got 1/2 inch, I'm taking their word for it. So anyway, also I've been using my mom's Windex out here, and I got myself a nice big Windex for the boat. And I really need it for cleaning around here. Things just get grungy in a hurry just by being under the tarp all the time and having pine crap all over everything. So got that, and that is now a dedicated boat item. Also got this. My parents just recently had to have some work done in the house with a septic pump, and they used my good old white cleaning bucket. Well, they didn't. The plumbers did. And so I went out and bought my own brand new, good old Home Depot, you know, for $3.95 or something like that bucket. And this is now a dedicated bucket for the boat for all my cleaning supplies. So that's about it for this time. Just a little bit of new stuff corner, and now to get to work, use all this stuff and get some good stuff done aboard Little Girl. One item, steel wool. Had to get this. I go through this stuff like crazy when I'm taking all the stripper and the old varnish off. And I mean, like I said, 1 wad of it goes for maybe 8 or 10 inches, you know, by the time I get all the crap out of it. So anyway, I got a new one of those, and use the coarsest grade because that's what you need for raking off all the garbage. Anyway, all right, that's it for New Stuff Corner. Starboard side is done. You have no idea what a sense of accomplishment this is. I mean, I can't believe it. All the way up to the bow. I'll tell you, that's a lot of work. Okay. What a blessing. Got that done. And what I'm going to do up here, this is so eroded, I don't know if you can tell. Yeah, you can right there. See how much? This is the way it is on this boat. It's a 50-year-old boat. And so what's happened is the teak is completely eroded away from where those chalks were. What I'm going to do is get out my sander and bring that down level. And just completely level all the way across here. And then we've got to do it some there. Wrap up is going to have to be very brief tonight because I'm running out of space on my cell phone. But got a tremendous amount done today. Tremendous. Looking forward to tomorrow. I think I'm going to skip doing the port side for right now as far as the tow rail is concerned and get right to work tomorrow morning on the centerboard and see how that goes. I guess that's it for tonight. Got a mess in here. Gotta get this all down out of here because that's all going back down to I don't know, probably back porch for tomorrow when I try to cut the centerboard. So anyway, hey, have a good night. Thank you for dropping in, and good night from little girl.